Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builder Supply, and this video is to bring you a closer look at the National Guard products. This is their part number 14R DKB is what this is. This is a door bottom that incorporates a very heavy gauge of reinforced neoprene, and it smells like car tire. A couple of aluminum holders, well, aluminum extrusions here that it's held to with adhesive on both sides. This unit is specifically intended for 1 3/4 thick doors, but it can also be ordered from the factory for 2 1/4 inch thick doors as well. That's obviously important because the length of the width of the reinforced neoprene is directly related to how thick the door is. So this would mount on the bottom of the door, just like this. A lot of people like these, and we've sold these to a national drugstore, convenience store chain that has these in their specifications, and they're used all the time. I've also had people literally mount them without the one bar on the inside and just folded the neoprene over to have a very large sweep like this. That would be not unheard of as well. You could strip one of those off, tuck that neoprene underneath this holder, and then drill through and pierce, and that would work as well. I've also had people where we've installed these over the stile between the hinge side of the door and the jamb on the pull side so as to prevent water from intruding through that seam. That's also been put on there, but it's a door bottom at the end of the day. The 14R is indeed this door bottom, but when you add the letter to the end, or letters, you'll get the color. So if you ordered a 14R, that's only the replacement reinforced neoprene. If you add the A, you're going to get mill aluminum finish. If you add the B, you'll have a gold anodized finish, and then the DKB is dark bronze. Okay, this is in its flat form going to be about 3 7/8 overall, maybe closer to 4. This is going to provide you with with the ability to seal 3/4 inch or maybe 11/16 from the bottom of the door to the top of your sill. Okay, so once it's installed, if you're going to flush that aluminum off with the bottom of the door, obviously you can try to tug it up a little bit and tighten that up. You might be able to hang it down ever so slightly to tailor it as well, but it can be used in that sort of instance for those applications. Nice quality item. Do you have to remove it from unhang the door? Probably not, and you probably would choose not to because it would give you the better ability to place the unit on the door. And what I've done when I've installed these is I've used a clamp to hold it onto the door on one side and then margin the other side once I've got an idea of where it's going to be installed. There's a link below this video to a document called Product Brochure where you will be able to review the 14 along with some other common items. You're also going to see that overhead door bottom seal, which is the same similar concept as to what I discussed earlier with folding the two pieces over together. That's a quite substantial piece of material and would probably be overkill for a swing door or a man door. That's meant to come down and to seal off in an overhead door application. Just the items that occur on the catalog page can be reviewed there, and then the other finishes available. You do have to specify that door thickness. There'd be nothing to prevent you from putting a 2 1/4 inch version onto an 1 3/4 door. Perhaps if your gap was a little longer, or you wanted to pull it up a little tighter, whatever the case was. I don't see there would be too big of a problem doing that, but I wouldn't choose to use it in that application so that the neoprene wasn't making contact with the edge of the door all the time. There's also a link to the installation instructions that will allow you to review quite generic installation instructions, nothing particular as it pertains to the 14R. Measure the door, cut to length. Be mindful if your door is beveled, you might have a little bit too short or a little bit too great of material. You might want to cut that on a slight bevel if you can when you have the material there in front of you to account for that. And when I've installed that material in the past, I've literally created myself an 1 3/4 block and attached it to the material, and then literally came with my saw and cut it on the 3-degree bevel so that the fit and finish was perfect. A little bit easier than modifying it once it's on the door. How far you take it is, of course, up to you to get a perfect seal. This is listed in the website in lots of different lengths. We have it in everything from basically 2 foot to 8 foot. You can have longer lengths, no problem. We just don't list them because the cost to ship is generally prohibitive, longer than 8 foot, but they can certainly be ordered. If you needed one piece at 10 foot, it would be an obstacle cost-wise. However, if you needed 40 pieces at 14 feet, the freight's not going to really matter that much. If you have need for a custom length, by all means let us know by ordering the next longest piece or pieces, and simply indicate in the comment field the net length that you'd like for us to cut the material back to. And the reasoning that that would be beneficial is that if you had to take this 3-foot piece and cut it down to, say, 2 foot 8, you'd certainly eliminate that first slotted hole that's there, when the next one's all the way over here. And speaking of that hole, screws are indeed included in a complimentary finish. Those slotted holes are nice to have because once you've kind of drilled through the neoprene, you can then tailor the installation to account for a sill that's not level, or maybe a door that's not exactly plumb, or when you've pre-drilled the holes through the door. And sometimes it's difficult to drill into, especially a steel door, because the bottom inverted channel of a steel door will have a reinforcing channel inside of it. So you might be trying to drill through 2 plates of steel that are in there. So you really want to use a small drill bit to begin with, low torque, low RPM, because you're going to hit a second piece of steel most likely, and use a center punch to get that started so that you can drill accurately. But if it does walk a little bit on you, that drill bit, you can use those slotted holes to compensate. So if you ordered a custom length, we'll not only please indicate that in the comment field to get the right size, we will make our best attempt to honor that request and ship it out at the proper net size for you. It's unlikely that if you ordered 36-inch, you actually need 36-inch. You probably need something marginally smaller. But however you order it, we will help to accommodate you. Finally, there's a link below this video to the manufacturer's page where you can pull up not only all of the National Guard products that we sell, but also a link to the manufacturer's website, as well as a link to the full product catalog. If you have any questions on the National Guard products 14R, reinforced neoprene door bottom, or any other National Guard product, please feel free to reach out to us. Thank you.